I was doing my morning doom scroll this morning and I see an organization that I follow and they have this gigantic long post about moving to open adoption, moving from their regular policies to open adoption, and they're explaining all the reasons why and blah, 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 blah. Okay. They're not going to do vet checks anymore. They're not going to do landlord checks anymore. They're going to have meaningful conversation with following the best friends model. Okay, if you know anything about best friends, I shared a reel last night about best friends. Best friends is bullshit. Best friends is a money-making machine. They make a ton of money and they don't give any of it. A small portion of the millions of dollars they make goes back to actual shelters, select shelters and humane societies who follow their protocols and do what they say. Very small amount of money if you look at their financials. Anyway, so they're going to follow the best friends model and they're very proud of that. Why do I think open adoption is bad? I've said it before, and I'm gonna go here again and piss off some people. I don't think necessarily lowering the requirements or not making it so stringent to get an animal is bad, but I do think you have to do landlord checks and you have to check criminal background. Meaningful conversation, I promise you, they're not going to tell you if they're a child abuser or a domestic violence abuser, or if they've been arrested for animal abuse. They're not going to tell you that in a meaningful conversation. They're not going to tell you if they have a breed restriction and can't have a freaking pit bull. They're not going to tell you. They're going to go ahead and take that dog home. And when the landlord says you can't have that dog, you're either getting that dog back or they're going to go dump it somewhere. So the whole not checking landlords and not checking to see if people do basic vet care for their pet, I'm never going to agree. And you're letting somebody walk in with a driver's license and take a dog, you have no idea what's going to happen to that dog. And there are worse fates for a dog than living in a shelter. And there are worse fates for a dog than being euthanized in a shelter. Seen them firsthand. So this let's follow the best friends model bullshit is just that. Bullshit. And the part about it was they had like a thesis on defending what they're doing. Going to like literally walking in, talking to someone, and you can adopt a dog. And I know there's a lot of places that do that. I know there's a lot of places that do it well. But they still check for breed restrictions. I hate breed restrictions. I don't like size restrictions. But the fact of the matter is they're freaking out there, and if we don't abide by them, we get the dogs back or worse.